Hey guys, so right now it is 7 a.m. on Saturday and I kind of last minute decided I'm gonna do a 24-hour readathon by myself. I might extend it to be 48 hours. I don't know, we'll see. I might just do this whole weekend. I don't know what is going on with my eyebrows. Some days you just can't get them right, okay? But I was trying to figure out what to read this weekend. I just finished The Queens of Innis Lear and Girls of Paper and Fire, and I only have a couple books left on my November TBR. The other two books on my TBR are Empire of Sand and The Bear and the Nightingale, but I know that both of these are like slower paced books, so I don't really know if they're weekend reads. I think I might save those for next week. So I was trying to figure out what to read this weekend that I can get through really quickly, and then it just hit me. I just did my end of the year TBR and I talked about how I wanted to reread Poison Study and then finish this series. I know that there's more in this series than these three books. This was the original trilogy, and then recently Maria V. Snyder has extended it, and I think there's like 3 more books. When I first read Poison Study, it was almost 5 years ago. I think I read it in December 2013. I remember that I read it super fast. I read it in one sitting, which back then was a huge feat for me because I didn't read that quickly, and it was very rare that I read books in one sitting. So it says a lot that I flew through this. I think I could get through these today if I really tried. I loved this first book so much, but then I never continued with the series, and I am a little bit nervous that maybe my memory has hyped it up too much and it's not going to be as good as I thought it was. Or even worse, I'm worried that it might be really problematic and I just didn't pick up on those things before. I didn't used to be a very critical reader. I loved everything that I read pretty much. I mean, I loved the Selection series. Whoa. This was published in 2005, so the chances of it being problematic are very high. But we'll see. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. A mixture of emotions. Yeah, I'm gonna start Poison Study right now, then I'll check back in. Okay, I just finished the first chapter and oh, I'm so excited. This first chapter is something that is like super vivid in my mind. But yeah, I realized I never said what this was about. But basically it's about this girl named Yelena who, when we start the book, she is in prison and it's her execution day. And right before she gets taken to be executed, she gets presented with this choice to either be executed or become the commander's food taster. She decides to take the offer to become the food taster because at the end of chapter 1 she says, "I am not a fool." And yeah, that's what it's about. Yeah, it's political and there's magic and assassins and there's a romance. The guy who offers her the choice, his name is Valak, and he's the love interest, and he's the commander's personal security chief, and he trains her because she has to learn how to detect different poisons. So he trains her in all these different poisons. They have a really nice romance from what I remember. I'm really hoping that he's not problematic. He's been on my list of like favorite love interests for almost 5 years. I'm gonna be heartbroken if he's actually like a bad person. I think I'm gonna get some coffee and move out of my room. So I just needed to pause reading for a second because I just got to my favorite scene, and it's where it's where I thought they had sex. When I read this book, it was before I'd ever read any like romance books. So this scene was super hot and spicy to me back then. They do roll around in some hay, which is nice. But other than that, it says, "Utter bliss came in short snatches. They had merged. Their minds had become one. I drew in his essence, feasting on the feel of his body in mine, exhilarating in the caress of his skin against mine." That, to 18-year-old Riley, was super hot and spicy. And now I'm just like, really? That's all I'm getting? So I am a little bit frustrated because my memory lied to me, but I have like 20 pages left in this book, so I'm gonna finish it right now and then I'll come and let you guys know my thoughts. Okay, so I finished Poison Study and I am really happy because this was definitely as good as I remembered, and it didn't take me long at all to read. I flew through it, and even though I read it 5 years ago, I still remembered everything that happened in this. But I am glad that I did reread it instead of just going into Magic Study because I have all the feels again. This book isn't considered YA, but it definitely feels very YA. I know this is usually shelved in the romance sections of bookstores. I feel like the only reason it's not is because the main character is 20 and the love interest is like 33. So like, I don't know how you could spin that in YA audiences. The content level, like the violence and the romance, are very tame and feel more like a YA level. I will say though that there is a big trigger warning for rape and sexual assault. A big plot of this book does center around a rape that occurred, and there are some more graphic depictions of sexual assault. But overall, I really loved this, and it was cool reading this now. This was written almost 15 years ago. Reading this now, it's very tropey, and it definitely feels like a lot of young adult fantasies that are written now. But it's cool seeing kind of where those books got the inspiration. I feel like this was one of the, not the, because I don't know for sure, but this was one of the like original stories of this narrative that I feel like now there's like hundreds that have kind of copied this formula. Again, I don't know if there's another one before this that kind of follows the same narrative, but it was cool seeing where some of these tropes originated from, and in my opinion, this book did them better. After I read Poison Study, I did go ahead and read the novella that goes in between books 1 and 2. I think it was called Assassin Study. It's really short. It's on Maria V. Snyder's website. She has all the novellas available for free on her website. So I did read that, and it basically, from Valak's point of view, in between these two books. I liked it as far as novellas go. Obviously, I haven't read this yet, so I don't know if the novella is necessary, but I guess we'll see when I read this, which I'm gonna start right now. I just finished Magic Study and I really liked it. I think I'm giving this one 4 stars, just like Poison Study. Well, I think Poison Study is more like 4.5 and this one is like a 5 stars. It was really good. This one focused more so on a magic school. Yelena, the main character, goes to like train in magic. So there's a lot of stuff about that, which was really interesting. It did have a little bit of second book syndrome, especially with Yelena and Valak and their relationship, because they were separated for like 90% of this book. But it didn't bother me as much as it has in other books because the plot and like everything else that was going on was just really interesting. It didn't bother me that much that they were separated. Usually I hate that. But yeah, I liked this a lot, and now I'm so excited to go into Fire Study. But I think I'm gonna take a little bit of a break and have dinner and maybe watch a Christmas movie. But I did want to quickly unbox this package that I got from Uppercase. Uppercase contacted me and asked if I wanted to receive their boxes, and I said yes. I got Uppercase, I think, once or twice, maybe in 2015. So Uppercase is a monthly YA book subscription service, and every month you get a signed first edition of a new release for that month, along with some other bookish items. And what's cool about them is they have a service for $13.99 where you just get the signed book and none of the items, which I really like personally because I'm not the biggest fan of all of the bookish items. And then for $23 a month you can get the signed book and also a couple added on bookish items. let's open it up. First thing in here is this bookmark that says, whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same. Oh wait, it looks like there's two bookmarks in here. Hold on. I don't know where these are from, but they are very cute. Okay, and then the next thing are some socks from Out of Print, and it looks like it's a collaboration with Book Riot, and they just have rainbow colored books all over them. These are cute. I think all that's left in here is the book. Oh wait, this is, hold on, I'll look at that in a second. Oh, okay. Ooh, it looks like it's gonna be historical. The back says, I know you've come here to kill the queen. So this is called An Assassin's Guide to Love and Treason by Virginia Boker. Ooh, this author sounds familiar. What has she written? I think I've met her before. Oh yeah, I have. She wrote the Witch Hunter series. Okay, yeah, I have met her. And she's so nice in person. Ooh, and it is signed. I don't know if you guys can see that. This historical fiction novel has a unique take on Shakespeare and the Twelfth Night, one involving murder. If you love romance, disguised gender, and lots of intrigue, then this standalone book is for you. Oh my god, there's so many buzzwords in that. Historical fiction, murder, romance, disguise, intrigue, standalone. Y'all know I love standalones. This may just be me, but the girl on this cover looks like a young Lady Gaga. I don't know, they have a similar face. So this is about a girl named Catherine, and her father is killed for being an illegally practicing Catholic. And then she discovers that that wasn't the only reason he was killed. It was found out that he was plotting to murder Queen Elizabeth I. And so Catherine decides to disguise herself as a boy and travels to London to fulfill her father's mission to kill the queen. And so to do that, Catherine finds out that Shakespeare is putting on a play for the queen, so she joins the play and is cast alongside this guy named Toby, and it turns out that Toby is actually a spy for the queen, and he's trying to root out traitors within this play troupe. This sounds totally up my alley. I'm so excited to read this. So if you would like to sign up for Uppercase, I will have a link for them down in the description. Now I need to decide what Christmas movie I want to watch. Last night I watched, I think it was called A Christmas Contract, and it was basically a reunion between the cast of One Tree Hill, which is my favorite teen drama show ever. Okay, hey guys, so it's actually a couple days later now, and I've had this entire vlog edited up to this point for a couple days, and all I've needed to do is come on here and give a wrap up, and I don't know what it is. If you guys also film videos, let me know if you ever feel like this, but the past couple days, I've just been in this mood where the last thing I want to do is be on camera. So I've been avoiding filming, and I've just had this video sitting on my computer waiting to be finished. But I figured I would just come on here and talk while you guys watch me set up my TBR jar. I'll talk more about what the jar is and the books and everything in a future video. But I wanted to tell you guys how my 24-hour readathon went, but I didn't want to be on camera. So this is my solution. I hope you guys don't mind. So I finished Fire Study, and I really liked it. I think it was definitely my least favorite of the three, but it was still really good, and I ended up giving it 4 stars. As a whole, I just really, really loved this trilogy. I know I'm going to keep calling it a trilogy even though I know it's not, but I just really loved how each book really expanded this world, and the scope kept getting bigger, the action kept getting bigger, the politics kept getting bigger and more exciting, and I'm really, really glad that this isn't the last book and that there is more, because there was so much more that I wanted to explore, and there's just so much more places that the story can go. I cannot wait to read the next books, but those are going to have to hold off for a while because my December is so jam-packed. I don't even know how I'm going to read the books that I already have on my TBR. I'm so glad that I decided to reread Poison Study and continue this trilogy because it was just really, really great. I had a lot of fun doing this 24-hour readathon. I want to do more in the future. especially ones like this where I'm reading a whole series, because I just have such a hard time finishing book series, because just knowing myself, I just suck at finishing things and I always leave things unfinished. Like the amount of book series I have where I only have to read one more book to finish it and I just won't do it is insane. I do it with TV shows too. There are so many TV shows that I literally watched every single episode except for the last one, and I just won't do it. I don't know what it is. I just have a problem finishing things. I like to leave things open. I definitely want to do more of these 24-hour readathons where I'm reading a whole series, or like weekend readathons where I'm reading a whole series. So if you have any recommendations of book series you want me to do for that, please let me know in the comments, because I definitely want to do this more and maybe make it like a monthly thing where every month for like one weekend I just pick a series and I binge it and I vlog the experience. So please leave me your recommendations down below. I hope you guys liked this video. Thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry that I couldn't come on here and like do a proper wrap up, but I hope you don't mind, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!